Hi you guys, it's Wendy Lane Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager. This is a very different video. I'm going to talk about relationships for a minute between men and women. And the reason this came up is I had an actress email me this morning. She was telling me that she really wants to be an actress. She's been dreaming about it her whole life. She's taking acting classes and she has a boyfriend who's very jealous if she has to do any kissing scenes or anything about her career, because he has no power over it, really, no control over it. And he's just terrified of her being an actress because he's afraid she's going to become unfaithful or whatever. Okay, I mean, I've heard that before. I've heard men actually say to women, you know, you can't do any roles where you have to kiss another guy. I need to read that script first. This is childish behavior, and that means you're with a very insecure man. And, you know, I've had women contact me about their careers many times, and there's been a conversation about, you know, being confused about guys and dating guys, and it's taking up all their time and energy. And so I'd like to set straight some of these young girls that you keep emailing me. I'm going to I'll tell you the truth about men for a minute. Encourage you to take care of yourself and not focus on a relationship with a man, especially if it's not healthy, okay? Because that takes away so much time from your time in life and your time to be creative and powerful. And if you get hooked up with a guy who's sucking you down, that's not good for you. So a lot of times I hear girls say things like, you know, they went on a date with him and they slept with him and he never called them. Or, you know, he was texting saying he wants to go out with me, but then I never heard from him again. Is he still interested? No, he's not. Let me teach you about men really quickly. And to everything I say, there are exceptions. If you know me, you know I'm married to the nicest, sexiest, greatest guy for me in the world, okay? And I want you all you women and you men, to find a really great partner, because this just doesn't go one way. I mean, some women totally get in the way of men's careers and ambitions and drives. And that's not really love, you know? So here's the answer to some of your questions. If you meet a guy and you go out with him and have a good time and you sleep with him right away, 99% of the time he's never going to call you again, because he got what he was looking for, which was sex. Men look at women very differently than women look at men. Doesn't mean we all don't lust after each other, but that's not what I'm talking about. When a man sees a woman walk by in a tight skirt with high heels and he sees her, it triggers something in him to make him want to mate with her. It's that simple. And he doesn't need a lot of questions. He doesn't need to know about you. He's not interested in your sense of humor or your family life or your dreams or aspirations. He's basically interested in getting to the business at hand. Okay, so he wants to give you the business and then say goodbye. And if he's done that, he's already got what he wants. He doesn't need to come back to find out about you. He's not going to fall in love with you and all that nonsense. He may come back to get another repeat of the business, because he can, and he already knows that you're easy, so he'll just get it again without any strings tied. But this is not a guy who's looking to fall in love with you. If you want a man to fall in love with you and have a genuine relationship where he cares about you, you really need to not give him the business. Ladies, I think you know what I'm talking about. He can't have the business. You know, 3 months, he needs to get to know you, because what happens with time is that somebody gets to understand your sense of humor, and they start to feel good being with you. And they feel like, you know, you approve of them and you admire them and you care about each other, and a friendship starts. And when a man flips into that mode where he cares about you and falls in love with you, he's a much different man, because that man now never wants to hurt you. He wants to be the one that protects you from pain. He certainly isn't going to be the cause of your pain. And you know, he wants to provide for you, take care of you, protect you, and make sure you're okay. And once he feels that way about you, that man is going to take care of you in a profound way, take care of you emotionally. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be dating a man, that he really loves you. If this man doesn't love you and all you're doing is having sex right off the bat, he doesn't love you, and your priorities are not his. He's not there to protect you or to take care of you. And this goes the same for women. Women who are looking for men to live off of, to pay all the bills. They want to take advantage of a man's kindness, or if they find that a man has fallen for them, you know, and they might not have fallen back, but they know he's given them a lot. There's a lot of women who take advantage of men that way. These kind of relationships are not healthy, and they interfere with you spending time on your real purpose. You can get caught up in a relationship with the wrong person for 5-6 years and not be devoted to your craft and to your career and to your goals because you're too busy arguing with somebody who is not right for you and has taken up all your energy, making you feel bad about yourself, depleting your self-confidence, and all of that goes against you when you go on auditions and when you're not allowed to go places without their permission and all that unhealthy stuff. So listen, to wrap this up, you need to be in a relationship with someone who's positive, who's encouraging you to achieve your goals and who believes in you, that you're not having arguments with every single day and sucking the energy out of you so you don't even feel like going to class, you don't feel like going to auditions. You guys are just totally enmeshed with each other and it's a waste of time because those relationships end almost always and usually very negatively and often with a child involved, and now you're stuck with some guy or woman you hate and you got to raise that kid for 18 years, and there's nothing worse than having to see that damn person year after year after year when you just want to have them out of your life. So please, ladies, don't be getting pregnant by these guys. Guys, don't be getting these girls pregnant. If you have the dreams of being an actor, it's going to take 1,000% focus. Now, if you already have children, you're still going to need 1,000% focus. So you need to have a good support system around you of people who will take care of your children when you go on auditions, when you're doing theater, when you're working on film and TV projects. Remember this. The people that are around you, they always say the 5 people that are around you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are the people that are going to determine how far you go in life. So if they're negative, if they're naysayers, if they say you can't do this, you can't do that, if they're living in fear and they're never doing anything or they don't believe in themselves, you are never going to step past where you are with them. You need people around you who are positive, who look at goals and say, I can get that done. I'm going to break that down into steps and here's how I'm going to do it. Come along for the ride. I'm supporting you. You're supporting me. I always use this saying, like, think of life like you're on stage and in the auditorium, there's a balcony. And there's people in the front row and people further back. You know, the people in your front row should be your biggest fans. That means family members who are your biggest fans, cousins, boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers. They've got to be your biggest fans to be in that front row of your life. Because if they're not, they got to go way back in the auditorium or maybe even out on the street and they don't have a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Just take care of yourselves. This life is short and your goals are really important and you need to surround yourself with positive people. If you find yourself in a negative relationship, sit down and be honest with yourself. People don't change, okay? They don't change unless they want to change, and that's something that comes from within them when they feel like it. It never comes from someone else telling them you have to change. Change is the hardest thing any human being can ever do. We have a hard time changing ourselves. You know, we have bad habits. We can't hardly break them ourselves, okay? It takes so much effort to change ourselves to becoming more of what we want to be. So imagine you trying to change somebody else. That doesn't happen. So if that person is negative and holding you back and in your way and acting jealous and controlling and sucking your resources, that's who they are. And it's probably time to nip that in the bud and move on with love. Because people are where they're at. And there's a lot of reasons why they get to where they're at. Their family situation, something's happened to them in life. And you can't save people, you know. Someday you'll come across somebody who's really, really good for you. And you're really good for them. And it works beautifully. And you both become more of who you're supposed to be. Okay, so think about that. Pray on that. Meditate on that. Talk to your therapist on that. You know, if your relationship is causing you more pain, and I always say this to girls, I don't know how this is with guys, but I've been a girl all my life, and I've been around girls all my life. Girls who are crying every day because they're in a relationship, that's the wrong relationship. Your best friend should be your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, and you shouldn't be crying every day. Okay, and guys, if you're in pain every day from a girl, that's the wrong girl. Okay, so focus on what's important, your talent, your career. Spend time in your training. Don't be with anyone that holds you back and go for your dreams. Okay, you guys, I just thought you guys needed to have that because I'm getting too many emails about that. So just want to share. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.